Can't believe they did it. I'm fucking.
Clap it up. Officer Makat Desire, Officer 50. This is the ISUPK in the Commander Junior Honor. Coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. You know what I'm saying? We teaching the same thing we've been teaching since 1969 on the Commander Junior Honor. And our basis is, of course, the truth. And the truth of the matter is, our people are destroyed because the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Right, right.
So like anything that we're gonna be bringing out tonight, y'all gonna see a pattern. Y'all gonna see a real pattern on how a lot of our marriages get destroyed, relationships. You know what I'm saying? Anything that's in the black family household, it gets destroyed, and it gets destroyed because it was set up this way.
Right.
It wasn't just a physical thing during slavery. Yeah, they separated us in slavery. They raped our women. We separated us, did all that. As soon as slavery ended, it became a systematic thing. And we're going to bring that out tonight, that anywhere that this devil of a man goes, he destroys societies in the ways that it's set up for them to thrive. Like, it's just so plain and obvious, and don't nobody ever want to say anything about it or bring it up. And the main thing that he destroys is the household. And can anybody guess what the topic is today if you ain't looked online already? Sis laughing, she already know. Anybody? Y'all seen it online, y'all already know? You know, young man? You know? You wanna tell it?
It's about multiple lives, right?
Yeah, that's right, young man. So one of the lies that we get told in the Christian church, and it did start with Christianity, it did start with white supremacy, that a man can only have one wife. We ain't talking about a nigga going around, you know, doing every hoe that he can find. We're talking about a man actually having 1, 2, 3, 4 wives, building a whole tribe, building a nation. That's how this nation was started, man. Everybody, I tell you, black people say they love Africa, but you know, they got multiple wives over in them stinking countries too.
Right.
They got multiple wives in the Middle East and the Arab countries, but when it comes to a nigga in America, no, he can't have multiple wives. Why not?
Right.
Somebody tell me why not.
Because the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of.
Well, he's right, man. What's the main reason? What are we still in this country? What's the main? Somebody drive it home for me. Drive it home. Go ahead.
Slaves.
We slaves. Can't no slave have no multiple wives, man. Not under somebody who wants to kill your people, and you trying to get multiple wives so you can procreate and populate and you know what I'm saying, and lay the smack down every night and do all this other and popping babies out left and right, and then they got to deal with us. If y'all didn't know, since the beginning of 2019, Caucasians are on the decrease. They're dying faster than they're having babies. That's a fact. That was a whole story all last year. Y'all, if y'all ain't know, y'all's oppressor is scared right now.
Right.
They don't know what the hell is going on. The economy's failing. They ain't making babies fast enough. They dying off. Go ahead, Drew.
Salakia, sir, if I could, they put an abortion clinic in all our neighborhoods, and then they send their women to fertility clinics.
Right. Exactly. They got to get help to have a baby. Ain't that something? And we also got told the whole lie. And you know, if you've been in UPK long enough, you know there was an article in 2016 where they did a study on rape. Because black women also get told this lie that, you know, a lot of us are mixed, and we got, you know, Caucasian in our blood because we got high cheekbones, or we might be a little lighter than the next person. Oh, it's because my grandma and them was getting raped when they were slaves and stuff. That's not it. In that study, they found out only 5% of rape produces a baby. 5%. No, all the rape that was going on, only 5% produced a baby. So what does that mean? You a nigga, get over it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You black. You ain't got no Caucasian in you. Stop wanting to be that. So, like I said, we're gonna focus on multiple wives and why it's so important that this lie has to be brought out. I've been dealing with, y'all don't know the hell I've been through. Shabbat y'all knows.
Right.
The hell I've been through this week on this topic alone. I've been getting DMs. I done had Facebook posts made about me, and I wasn't doing nothing but minding my business. I got asked a question, but since I got asked a question, I'm gonna do a whole class on it. So if you could, first, somebody give me, you got it for me? Go ahead, True.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Let everybody get that, because we got some new sisters. Get in my hand for coming to class. That's the first step. The next step is staying in class.
Right.
No matter what you hear, if you think we're going to prove everything the same, we'll be right. I promise you. Next step is just to stay in classes. I promise you. You got that for me?
Come.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Y'all pay attention to this.
Akim got it?
Come.
Wathiam got it?
Yeah. It's like, for y'all who don't know, Khan means yes. So you have to say Khan, or you can say Khan on Khan, you know, that will be, you know, a more proper way. Or you just say concert. You know what I'm saying? So, go ahead.
Gather yourselves together.
It's like it says, you got it?
What's the
Yeah, you found it yet? No, take your time. Look,
It
I
was,
can talk.
what was it?
Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Yeah, go ahead, hip hop, brother. Look, I
Chapter
can talk.
verse.
I'm just go ahead and
I
talk
found
through
it.
We're gonna get it for that sister, because it's her first class. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna just skip over that. We're gonna let her read it herself. But I'm telling you, this scripture, the reason we lead with this scripture every single class, first of all, because goddamn Commander General Yohana does it.
Right.
He leads with this scripture. You understand? We try to be like him.
Right.
So, what more important than this scripture right here? So, Zephaniah 2:1, I believe she got it. Go ahead and read that.
Gather yourselves together.
Do what?
Gather yourselves together.
Now, can somebody tell me, are blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians gathered together? Go ahead. Lie. They not. That lie means no. They are not. We are not gathered together. You know what I'm saying? You got niggas over here, niggas over there. Everybody's doing their own thing. Blacks and Hispanics can't get along. There's a language barrier that was created by our oppressor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody thinks the Hispanics language is Spanish. That's not their language. Christopher Columbus said when they came over here, their language was Hebrew.
Right.
The natives were speaking. So that's the language. That's what that chart is for right there. We will soon be having classes in Charlotte on that.
Most High Christ.
So that's the language. We're gonna learn our culture. If damn near one thing we're gonna learn is brotherhood, which is what this verse is on, and sisterhood, and we're gonna learn our culture. So start at the top with that.
Come. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together.
Gather yourselves together. Now, speaking on culture, do y'all think that multiple wives was part of our culture at one point? Let me ask one of the sisters. Y'all, what y'all think? I know we in America. I know what's going through some of y'all's head right now. I've been getting it all week. All week I've been getting it. Trust me. Do y'all believe it was part of our culture at one point?
I believe so.
Yeah, and was there a problem with it back then? So I want y'all to just think about that. Why is it a problem now? Because we're gonna bring it out. Keep going.
Yea, gather together.
If you got multiple wives and you having multiple Israelite babies, is that gathering together? Is that not bringing your people together?
Come.
Is that not building a nation? Is that not what this scripture is about?
Come.
I'm telling you, it's gonna tie in. This verse ties into everything in the scriptures talks about. Everything that Christ taught, everything the Most High gave us in the law. This verse ties into it, so you have to open up with it. Start at the top.
Come. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together.
Keep going.
Yea, gather together. O nation not desired.
Oh, nation not desired. Who's not desired? If y'all didn't know within the past hour, I'm gonna get you. I know you know the answer. And if y'all didn't know, in the past hour, they protesting in Orlando, Florida, right now, because another police officer did what? Killed another black man. Who knew? You see it every single day. So now they're protesting in Orlando because he got shot, and us being black people, we lost. We don't have nothing. We don't, too much know what else we can do but march down the street. But this verse is telling us to do what?
Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together. O nation not desired.
That's what we should be doing. And to take it even, I know a lot of times we don't go to the next verse, but go to the next verse. And it'll tell you why.
Come. Verse 2. Before the decree bring forth. Before the day pass as the chaff. Before the fierce anger of the Lord.
Before the what?
Before the fierce anger of the Lord.
Before the furious anger?
Fierce anger of the Lord.
Before the fierce anger of the Lord. Is that what you said?
Come.
Fierce anger? So he's telling us to gather ourselves together before the Lord come and punish this place.
Right.
Because that's how you're going to get saved from it. If the stock market crash right now, we ain't got no grocery stores, who's niggas going to depend on it?
Right.
White people got, you watch them, what's them shows where they talk about how they be hoarding stuff, and they got them doomsday bunkers. That's what it is. Doomsday preppers. That's the name of it. They got their doomsday preppers. What do we got? We too busy in the club twerking. Right, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why y'all laughing so hard? we too busy in the club twerking, you know what I'm saying? Trying to drink, trying to smoke. We ain't trying to prepare for nothing. Half our women don't want nothing to do with our men. They ain't trying to back them up. The men who's trying to tell them, hey sis, you know what I'm saying? That shouldn't be what they go off on. It's just, we not gathering together. But if we was to gather together, or let's say if I was a man who had 2 or 3 wives, we all building something together, what could we be doing? Somebody just guess. What could we be doing? First of all, he's gonna answer all the questions. I'm looking for sisters in this class.
Right.
Today, I'm looking for y'all. But go ahead, True.
Gather together.
We're gonna gather together. You're gonna be able to gather together. You're gonna be able to be prepared for different stuff. Think about it like this financially. I'm gonna get into this article that a PhD Edomite, he's a white man. He's a Edomite with a PhD, is telling you why our women don't believe in multiple wives. He's gonna tell you. It's what is it? Psychology.com. Is that where I got it from? True.
Psychology Today, sir.
Yeah, psychologytoday.com. It's some Edomite with a PhD, and this is out of his own mind. He's telling you what his people did, what his people brought. And we just, we slaves, so we doing what our slave master told us to do.
Right.
And we really gotta rip that Christianity out of our head when it comes to multiple wives, because it is good night. Go ahead. Keep going.
Come. Before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you.
Before it comes upon who?
Before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you.
Upon you. So we gotta do something before we get punished right along with the people who's oppressing us.
Right.
You want to get destroyed with the people who's destroying you? Like, how much would that suck?
Right.
Drop that. Get me Isaiah 4:1. Book of Isaiah chapter 4 verse 1. While he's getting that, Trooper, if you could, the very first screenshot, and if y'all could get Trooper by eyes of hand. Every time I need something, he you know what I'm saying? He's been here a little shorter than Trooper Yakazai. Just a little shorter. But when I need something for a class, I send it straight to him. I'll send stuff to you before that.
Come.
Yeah, I'll send both of these two, they troopers for a reason. They got their name for a reason.
Damn right.
You understand? So if you could, that first screenshot I sent you. Yeah, go ahead and start at the top of that.
This is from the article, Why We Think Monogamy is Normal.
Say, who wrote this article?
From Michael E. Price.
And what is he?
PhD from Darwin to Eternity.
So he has a PhD in borrowing to eternity. That's evolution.
Sounds like.
You know what I'm saying? He studies evolution. He only studied the Bible. But listen to what he's about to bring out in an article written by a Caucasian about what his own people did with Christianity. Go ahead.
This last point raises a key question.
Mm-hmm.
Why have so many cultures attempted to abolish polygyny?
Mm-hmm.
If our ancestors' environments were so polygynous.
Okay, hold on. Stop right there. Stop right there. So he's telling you right now, everybody used to be polygynous. Everybody used to have, it used to be in a society where there was more than one wife to a man. Again, this ain't, going to the club, finding hoes and whores and sleeping with them, throwing them away, sleeping with them, throwing them away next week, and you just got all these hoes you ain't even taking care of. You know what I'm saying? Just blowing them off like they ain't nothing. You ain't telling them how to help them with their life. You ain't helping them with nothing. You just use them like a bag of meat. We don't do that here. And I ask you, BK, when we get a sister, we raise that sister. We love that sister. You know what I'm saying? She helps us. We help her. We correct her when she's wrong. And, it's all love. We make babies. We love making babies.
Damn right.
Y'all don't like babies? No? His sister said no. She said no. She was cool with everything else. Y'all love babies? I'm good on babies. Okay. Moving on. Keep reading.
If our ancestors' environments were so polygynous, why is socially imposed monogamy, which is the moral and legal prohibition of polygyny,
Right.
so common in modern societies?
Why is that? Why do y'all think it's so common that it's an answer? If somebody answers this, I'll buy you a drink tonight. Not somebody who's looking at the article. If y'all didn't know, I sent it to him earlier. I'm like, brother, feel free to read it, you know what I'm saying, so you can eat. I already read it, sir. I'm like, hey, Most High in Christ. So I want the men on this one. I want the brothers. I want the soldiers. Why do y'all, it's UPK. We hit on it all the time. What makes monogamy so broad and vast across the earth? Like, why is it like so embedded in so many different societies that are oppressive rules? I tell you, they be knowing the answer. They just be thinking too hard. It's very simple.
Domination?
No, they use it for domination. You don't know your man. You don't know your man. Just try.
So, I want to say, it's because the failure rate of having, a monogamous relationship, and then the promotion of like the single family household.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're getting too deep. You know what I'm saying? You about to spit me around. I'm telling you, it's one word. It's one word. Don't make me give it to you. Come on now. Don't make me give it to you. Starts with a C. Ends with a Y.
Christianity.
Hey, give me a hand. Give me a hand. Christianity. We blaze on Christianity all the time because Christianity is the biggest destroyer of our people.
That's right.
Especially
Right.
in the United States and everywhere else. Everywhere you see that big statue of white Jesus, that's where we're destroyed.
Right.
That's where we're destroyed at. Like, come on now. It's Christianity. But it's going to tell you. Don't let me tell you. Let the white man tell you. Go ahead.
Or more accurately, why is it so common in the West?
Where? In the where?
In the West.
In the where?
West.
Where's the white man rule?
The Western Hemisphere.
Yeah, go ahead. Keep reading.
Polygyny remains legal and common in many non-Western societies, especially sub-Saharan African and Islamic countries.
So, back up. Read that part again.
Polygyny remains legal and common.
And legal and what?
Common.
So it's still common around the world right now?
Common.
When was this article written? Does it say the date? I don't mean to throw you off.
It was written September 9th, 2011.
So, it's 2011. it's still common in 2011. This ain't the 90s, this ain't the 80s, this ain't the 70s, the 60s, this ain't before World War I and II. This is 2011. It's still common, very common. If you ever go overseas and the white man ain't ruling that society, I've been overseas. It's very common. All the sisters you see on Facebook talking about hotep and, you know, hip, whatever, like that. That was something else. But it was, yeah. But when they saying all that, bring up multiple wives and see what they say. No, I'm a queen, I'm a goddess. Yeah, you take your ass to Africa. You're gonna be one of many, and you're going to be okay with it. Because if you don't, them Africans gonna beat you. They're gonna shove a bone in your nose, a plate in your lip.
Right.
What else do they do to the sisters? That's ridiculous.
Rings around the neck.
Yeah, the rings around your neck, so to stretch your neck out. They gonna they cut your clit off if y'all didn't Salakia, if y'all didn't know. So you can't feel any pleasure when you're you know doing your thing. Yeah, that's the African culture everybody loves. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Them Hamites is nasty.
Right.
Damn
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Right.
We want y'all to enjoy what it's like. Anyway. So like it. So yeah, moving on. Go ahead, start at the top of that sentence again.
Polygyny remains legal and common
Right.
in many non-Western societies.
A many non-what? Just so y'all know, when it says Western societies, who in here doesn't know what it means when it says Western societies? Do y'all know what a Western society is when you ever read that in an article? That means white society.
Right.
That's what that means.
Damn right.
They're talking about a Eurocentric society. They're talking about, like, even when they talk about European countries, they say it's a Western society.
Right.
Even though we're further west in America. They're not talking about America. They're talking about Eurocentric society.
Right.
Keep going.
Especially sub-Saharan African and Islamic countries.
They're so where sub-Saharan African. So once again, if you go to Africa, you're gonna be one of many. So you might as well do it with a brother here. Go ahead.
And Islamic countries.
And Islamic countries. And y'all know where are Islamic countries at? Like what part? Go ahead.
So-called Middle East.
Yeah, give me a hand. The so-called Middle East. Where, who's from the Middle East? If y'all didn't know, who's from the Middle East? Young man.
We from the Middle East.
You did it right, young man. Y'all didn't know y'all from Africa. We migrated to Africa, and then we got put in as slaves to Africans because they can't stand our guts, and they sold us to white people, and the white people brought us over here, sold us to more white people.
Right.
That's how that worked. We started off in the Middle East. Our land is in the Middle East. That's ours.
Right.
And we just got it stolen from us. You know what I'm saying? So we lost everything. We lost our culture. We lost our goddamn multiple wives.
Damn right.
And now we got to deal with getting ran over by a car because she's mad that for the 18 years y'all been together, you had a family over here too that you was taking care of. That you was, you know what I'm saying? You making sure that sister is okay. You making sure the kids are okay. She don't give a damn about that. All she care about is, you was supposed to be mine. Damn right, it's selfish. That is a different type of demon to run over a man because he had another woman. Go ahead.
We got somebody
Please tell me it was a question.
Yeah, we got somebody that made a statement online.
Go ahead.
Coming from Sis Darba. She said, Salakia, the devil used to it to destroy our nation. The devil used to destroy our nation.
Oh, yeah, give her a hand. He definitely used to destroy our nation. I'm gonna say, look, this is what's so deep about the multiple wives thing. If the UPK didn't teach on multiple wives, the home of the truth, the ones who first started teaching black people and showing them the evidence that they was the Israelites according to the Bible, according to history, according to archaeology, we have 3-hour-long lectures on it. You know what I'm saying? If we didn't preach multiple wives, how many women y'all think would actually be in the UPK?
Probably more than the Christian church.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Damn near. I mean, but what's the one thing that they always have a problem with?
Multiple wives.
Y'all think y'all can have anybody? You know, I hear that all the time, and it's not we think we can have anybody. It's just if I want her. What's the problem?
Yeah, damn right.
Let's you know, show some sisterhood. She needs somebody to take care of her too. Come on now. Come on. Let her get protected too.
Right.
Come on.
Right.
Go ahead.
Salaki, sir, and just based on population, women outnumber men. So if every man has one wife, it's going to be several women out there with nobody that's married.
Right.
Damn right. And what'd you say?
Damn right.
I think it's 7.
7
Last
to 1.
time statistically 7.
7-1. I'm glad you said that. Did you have Isaiah?
Come.
It's so funny, man. He said it's a 7-1.
Damn.
Read that, because this
Come
is
on.
talking about today. Go ahead.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 4, verse 1. All Akim got it? All sisters, Akwathim got it? And in the day, 7 women.
Whoa, hold on. Where'd that number come from? You know what I'm saying? This is a prophecy in the Bible about today's times. Go ahead, start from the top.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 4, verse 1.
Right.
And in that day, 7 women.
Ooh, 7 women. Go ahead.
Shall take hold of one man.
Shall take hold of how many men?
One man.
No, a bunch of them.
One
They
man.
don't sleep around.
One
They're
man.
gonna take hold of one man, one priest and officer. Keep
Right.
Saying, we will eat our own bread.
They said, what?
We will eat our own bread.
No, I gotta do everything.
We will eat our own
I
bread.
gotta provide everything.
We will eat our own bread.
This is how downtrodden our people are gonna be. The sister, and she's gonna see how everything is going, how everything is burning, and she's gonna be like, I don't give a damn if I gotta eat my own food. I gotta wear my own clothes. Just, please, just take this sin, this reproach, take this off of me. You my man. I don't wanna be a hoe no more.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't wanna just be jumping around sleeping from man to man, going to the club, twerking on every lap that I can find, getting thrown away every weekend. I don't wanna be that no more.
Right.
I'm gonna be yours. I can pretty much do for myself. Black women will always wanna be so independent. I can do for myself. Just take this approach away from me. I don't wanna be a hoe no more. Hey, no sweat, come to the school. Keep
Damn
reading.
right.
And wear our own apparel.
And wear our own apparel. So you gonna feed yourself, clothe yourself, keep going?
Only let us be called by thy name.
By who? What? By what?
By thy name.
So, okay, y'all understand? How do I want to word this? I know this is a rough class. Okay, y'all understand branding? Okay, we're not calling women cattle. Please don't look at it like that. But y'all understand branding. In the Bible, if you're my woman, you're my property, I have to take care of you, I own you, you're my responsibility.
Goddamn right.
When you're your father's, you're your father's.
Right.
Once your father hands you over to that man, he's now in the position that your father was in.
Right.
So he has to protect you, he has to teach you,
Right.
he has to tell you what's right and wrong.
Right.
That's why it's best for your father to pick who your husband is.
Right.
Right.
It's not okay to go to a club and try to look for a nigga in the club. Because what do niggas go to the club and look for? Give her a hand. They looking for the knot damn. It's like, go ahead. Some holes in this. Yeah, some holes in that. We ain't gonna start. We are not gonna start. Somebody is not gonna get me there. So I promise you. Good night. Hey, get Atlanta School a hand. We was down there from Thursday to Sunday night. And when I tell you, man, that weekend brought this brotherhood so much more closer.
Right.
So much closer. It was brothers getting their names. It was brothers getting rank raises.
Right.
Brothers showing each other. Brothers don't have nothing. They staying in other people's rooms, houses.
Right.
You got cookout. You got marriages being blessed at the cookout.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Babies. You got everything. Y'all should have been there. It was beautiful. It was like it was a little mini Passover.
Right.
That's
right.
It was a mini Passover.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was beautiful.
Right.
If you missed it, I guarantee you, hit me up. I'm gonna make sure I save some money. You going next time.
Right.
Damn right.
But keep going.
Come.
Matter of fact, start from the top.
Come. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 4, verse 1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man,
Good night.
saying, we will eat our own bread
Right.
and wear our own apparel.
Don't women do this now? How many of y'all know a woman that and don't lie, we all know some. How many of y'all know a woman who is messing around with a man who already has a woman? Your sister's shaking it. She being honest. You being honest, you know? Yeah. So we do it anyway, right? Okay. How many of y'all been with a man when you got with him, he already had another woman? I'm not saying y'all personally. Y'all ain't gotta raise your hand, but y'all know that happens, right?
Right.
Okay. So if y'all know that happens and y'all know our men are like that, and it's not like I'm not talking about men who sleep around. I'm talking about, you know, this man has a woman over here, a woman over here. He goes and sees her, helps her out with her kids, her bills. He helps her out with her kids, her bills. I grew up around that. I grew up around men who did that. They had a woman over here, a woman across town, a woman on this side of town, and they took care of all of them. Took care of all of them. The women, they knew about each other. They just kept their mouth shut.
Right.
Right. And the Christian church and society and everybody else, they had to keep their mouth shut about it because they were looked shunned upon because they all was with the same man. Like it was a sin or something. And we're going to bring that out too. It's not a sin at all.
Damn right.
So like I just want to say, if you think about it, it's in our nature.
It is in our nature. Okay. I'm just going to focus on Judah because I'm Judah.
Come on.
We're lions. When you watch the Discovery Channel, what is a lion running around in? Go ahead.
A pride.
A pride. What does the pride consist of? Go ahead.
Multiple women.
Multiple lionesses. So, like, with lions, like, it's just innocent. Now, I'm not saying every man wants multiple wives. You can find a man who wants one. The scriptures say the strongest man wants none.
That's right.
Not one.
Right.
He don't want no woman. So, I'm not saying weak, but go ahead.
Salaki, sir. I just got a question, a little off topic. It's about this verse right here. Isn't that like a cut to the whole GMS rape doctrine? Because they use the term lay hold, and they use that for rape. And right here it says that 7 women shall take hold of a man. So according to them, shouldn't that be them raping a man?
That's what we call, you know what I'm saying, them not knowing scripture. Like, it's very easy to cut that whole, what you just brought up. You've been watching class, ain't you? Yes, I know you did. That's where the question came. I saw it. But no, absolutely it's a cut to it. Because if it right there it's saying take hold, right? That sounds like more forceful than lay hold. Right. So you saying 7 women gonna rape me? No, that's not what it's saying. Right. They know that. So if you say if you lay hold of a woman, oh shit, you spit game to her, you got her. That's what you did. Now you gotta take responsibility for it. Now you gotta take care of it because you stuck your rod in her. And that's why you need to be careful what you do. Right. You know what I'm saying? But no, that is a cut to them nutheads and GMS who think rape is okay. Yeah. Anyway, keep going.
Come. Only let us be called by thy name.
Let us be called by thy name. Everybody knows in America when you get married, you take the husband's last name. Now, it's not as common as it used to be, right? Y'all see it now where she, oh well, I'm not gonna take his last name because I'm gonna keep my daddy's name. Well, damn. Who you sleeping with? Your husband or your daddy?
Right.
Who, you know what I'm saying? Who helping you in that household? Your husband or your daddy? Like, take that man's name and be happy that you got his name. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, good night. And it gets worse and worse and worse. And that's why I cannot wait for this damn country to fall.
That's right.
It's falling right in front of our eyes. Get the Most High a hand for that. All the Most High had to do was send a little virus. Officer Shabbat, been waiting on you.
Hey, we got several comments on Facebook.
Go ahead, read them.
Starting with Officer Abraham. All right. He said, she's not going to think a man should pay all her bills and buy her every damn thing. Right. And then sister said, Salakia, she wants to be his property with pride. Officer Abraham came back and said, WAP. You know the WAP.
Oh,
song.
yeah.
He said WAP got our sisters thinking a good man is rich.
Right.
When a good man is that will lead her and give her instruction.
Right.
Right. Give him a hand for that. Yeah, like, that's what we're saying. All we're trying to do is teach y'all sisters what you've been lied to about. That's all. Whether you like it or not. You know what I'm saying? That's all we're trying to do. The truth hurts. Y'all heard that phrase before. That, you know what I'm saying? Everybody in the world says that truth hurts. Okay, well, the truth hurts. You know how many times, like, brothers get checked all the time. We got to hear stuff we might not. Go ahead.
We got a sister made a comment. Sister Thorbaugh. She said, Salakia, it's going to be more important to have a husband to protect them and lead them in times of war.
You damn right.
Right.
God damn it. Okay, I didn't want to get on this. Okay, so in these protests, who do y'all see out there in them streets with Black Lives Matter? Hold on, I want the sisters' answer. I really want some engagement from y'all. Who do y'all see out there in the protests?
I see a lot of women.
Give a hand. You see a lot of women. Y'all see a lot of women? So y'all not understand that's warfare. Who's supposed to be on the front lines in warfare? Men. Do y'all agree with that? Men supposed to. Okay. So men, go ahead.
I just want to say real quick, the protest we had not too far back, recently in Gastonia, it was a woman who was leading the protest, and she got locked up twice.
I saw she got locked up the second time. I saw she got locked up the second time. Yeah, that's warfare. You going up against the people who systematically are destroying you. So if you're not in UPK, you don't even know what you're fighting.
Right.
Damn
You
right.
don't know what you're fighting yet. So you're gonna be mad at the ice cream shop because they don't want to serve you, but you don't even understand why they don't want to serve you. And then on top of that, think of this. For me, it's common sense.
Right.
We do it to each other all the time. You know, what was the first verse we read today out of everything? What was the first scripture we read?
Zephaniah 2:1.
It said to do what, sisters? What does Zephaniah 2:1 say?
Together.
Yeah, damn right.
Damn right.
So, if we're supposed to be gathering ourselves together and you got your oppressor not willing to serve you ice cream, so you're going to protest. So the people who don't want you have to serve you ice cream? That's what you're fighting for? And you've been to jail twice. So your oppressor can serve you ice cream.
And they still.
And still doing it. So your oppressor can serve ice cream. Ice cream. Like, is ice cream that goddamn good? Is Caucasians ice cream that good to where we're fighting to say, God damn it, you gonna serve me ice cream? Ice cream. See, y'all got me talking about ice cream. I was really talking about multiple wives. Come on, man. Read it again.
Come on, con. From the top, sir.
Yes. Ice cream. Go ahead.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 4, verse 1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man,
Right.
saying, we will eat our own bread
Right.
and wear our own apparel.
Right.
Only let us be called by thy name,
That's in that verse.
to take away our approach.
To take away our approach. So to take away this sin, to take away all this filth that we got on us, just let us be called by your name. Just let us be associated with you, and we'll be fine. Because in that time when Christ come back, and in that time when everything's getting destroyed and y'all looking around, y'all gonna be like, damn, I need a man right now to protect me. I need a man who knows what he's talking about, who is a representation of Christ. I need that so I can survive. So hey, I don't care. I do my own thing. I provide for myself. Just please, you know what I'm saying. Just say I'm yours, and I'll stop being a hoe.
Right.
And how righteous is it to stop being a hoe? Is anything wrong with that? No, it's not. Go ahead, officer.
Hey, Salaki, I'm trying to keep up with these comments. I got an order to do so. I don't want to say, so you can spit, so they can spit. You can pay them to spit in the damn ice cream.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
They're going to spit in your ice cream. They're gonna be like, this is what they're gonna call you. They're gonna be like, this is the black bitch who done put us on the news.
Right.
She did put them on the news.
Yep.
She done got all these niggas out here protesting outside my shop. I done lost money. I've lost business. I've lost, my name is in the dirt now, all
Right.
because of this bitch.
Good.
So I'm going to spit in her ice cream. How about you just convince all the black people to gather themselves together and get your own goddamn ice cream shop?
Right.
Yeah,
Like
right.
we had before segregation.
Right.
I mean, before integration, we had segregation. If y'all don't know, integration was like the worst thing that could happen to black folk. There's plenty of articles, there's plenty of books, there's plenty of research. Our black families stayed together much longer. White marriages were at 50% divorce rate. Ours was at like a 92. Like, we stayed together 92% of the time, while white people stayed together 50% of the time.
Right.
This is before integration. They tell us we had worse schools. We didn't have worse schools. We had better schools. They took our schools when we did integration, and they put us in the bad schools. I grew up in a town where we had Reedsville High School and we had Rockingham High School, but they were both in the same city. They were crosstown rivals. And guess who used to be in Reedsville High School? Somebody whispered it. Good night. Who whispered that? Say it again.
White people.
White people. Give her a hand. White people had the city school. And once integration happened, guess who got the brand new school? Guess who got the brand new school? Go ahead.
White people.
White people. They got the brand new school when integration happened. And then guess who got the rundown school that the white people had already ran through? And go ahead. They black people.
Black.
My mother is. I'm not gonna say her age. She be watching classes sometimes. Don't do that. I'm gonna just say she's an older lady. I'm gonna say that. I love you, mom. So she's from High Point. In High Point, she's old enough to have lived through the integration process in the 60s. She was a child, and she lived it. She saw it, she lived it. She said they had better schools than the white people had. Once
Right.
They did integration, they didn't integrate them, they switched.
Right.
They gave them the shitty schools, like
Right.
they gave them the crappy school, and they gave white people what?
The new school.
The new black, the
Right.
black school, the one that was built good, had the good classrooms, they had the good books in it. But what did they teach you in school?
They wanted to integrate because the blacks had the crappy stuff.
Yeah, we was just low as me. My books are tearing apart and all this. No, that's not how that was going. Our people were learning trades in our school. Why? So we can take care of the multiple wives we had.
Right.
You see, yeah, I'm gonna go back to it. I ain't got all time. Slug it, brother. Drop that. Give me Genesis. Give me Deuteronomy 21 and 15. We're gonna go on this one briefly, and then I'll jump to the next one. Because the next one is my favorite. This one is definitely important because it's in the law. But the next one's my favorite. Because this is a cut to everybody who doesn't believe in multiple wives. Or doesn't think that the Lord is okay with multiple wives. Okay? You got that for me?
Con.
Go ahead. No, take your time. Take your time.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 21, verse 16.
15.
Verse, 15.
15. Con.
Go on.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 21, verse 15. If a man have two wives.
If a man have what?
Two wives.
How many?
Two wives.
Not one, right?
Two wives.
10.
Two wives.
If he just got more than one, you know what I'm saying? He has more than one. If a man have two wives, what does it say after that?
One beloved
Uh-huh.
and another hated.
So he loves one. That's his favorite wife. And the other one gets on his damn nerves. Just imagine, you know what I'm saying? She probably be yelling at him, you know what I'm saying? He be trying to tell her to shut up, and she be saying, oh, if you always spend all your time with your wife. Nah. Keep going.
So like it. And another hated,
Uh-huh.
and they have borne him children.
And they both have borne him children. So again, we're reading this because this is a law. They said the Most High ain't with multiple wives. This is a law on how you're supposed to treat your wives.
Right.
Go ahead. Multiple wives. Go ahead.
Both the beloved and the hated, and if the firstborn son be hers that was hated.
So the firstborn son is the one that was hated. If y'all don't know, Israelite culture is that when I die, the firstborn son gets the inheritance. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So this is explaining if my wife has my firstborn son, but she's the wife I can't stand. I hate her. She gets on my nerves. She always trying to fight me over nothing. My other wife, I love her. She tries to help me with everything. She tries to help me build. She makes sure I got a peace of mind from the other one who's goddamn trying to fight me all the time. But the hated one has the firstborn. Keep going.
Verse 16. Then it shall be when he maketh his sons to inherit that which he hath,
right,
that he may not make the son of the beloved firstborn before the son of the hated.
So this law is saying just because you hate her, you can't hate that son. He's still the firstborn, so he still is going to get the inheritance. And you know who's going to be very happy with that? Women. Who's going to be happy that the firstborn is getting that inheritance?
Well, I guess the woman who has first.
Hey, give her a hand. Man, this sister didn't answer the question. Oh, nice. She didn't answer the question. Go ahead, officer.
I think my it's running kind of slow, but we had another comment on here by Sister Thurba. She said Salakia, Martin Luther King wanted to deal with Edomite women. That's why he wanted equality. He wanted to not get killed for messing with them. It really didn't have nothing to do with being equal.
Give her a hand. Because Martin Luther King was, I'm gonna hold some of it in, but y'all know Martin Luther King, orgy Mike, boy. He loved them white women. And nobody speaks about it because it would tarnish his little name that he got and that little Chinese looking statue he got in Washington, D.C. Everybody's laughing because if you see the statue, it was made by Asians, and they made Martin Luther King look like a chubby Asian.
Martin Luther King was a covetous bastard.
He was
right.
Give him a hand. That's right. He was a very covetous bastard. And guess what Martin Luther King had? Multiple wives.
Right.
You know how many kids he got all across the United States with sisters?
Right.
Not just, he wasn't just sleeping with white whores in the Watergate Hotel.
Right.
He had children by other sisters. He had multiple wives, but he was a Christian pastor who would teach you to have one. How selfish is that? He was probably sleeping with some of them anyway. Go ahead, officer.
Martin Luther King.
Hey,
Oh,
damn
God.
right, Martin Luther King. I'm start using that one. Keep going.
Verse 16. Then it shall be when he maketh his sons to inherit that which he hath, that he may not make the son of the beloved firstborn before the son of the hated.
Damn right. You can't pick and choose just because you love one wife and hate the other one. Right. And guess who, again, who's going to be happy with that one? The sister said it earlier. That hated wife. You can hate me all you want, but still, that's your son.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell y'all, the law is built off of nothing but brotherhood. How righteous is that? Even though she gets on your nerves, you still gotta honor. She had your baby. You about to get that baby your inheritance, and everything's gonna be beautiful. And if you raise that baby right, he's just gonna continue your name going. And that's what we striving for here in the Israelite School University.
That's right.
Right.
We building this nation back up. We gonna have plenty of babies, and we gonna build this nation within a nation who hates us. We gonna build this nation. Drop that. Give me 2 Samuel 12:7. Y'all gonna love this one. Y'all going to absolutely love this one. Because this is the Most High himself. And this is talking about multiple women. So if anybody ever tells you, no, it ain't right, you know what I'm saying? Them Hebrews or them Israelites, whatever they call us, the men shouting on the corner, I've heard all that stuff before. They believe in multiple wives. Well, I'm giving you scriptures where multiple wives is absolutely fine.
Damn right.
Go ahead.
I I like to know why the hell they don't bring these scriptures out in the Christian church.
Oh, give him a hand. Why don't? Which brings me to the rest of the article. Give me the second page.
Concept. Second page. I gotta start from the sentence of the previous page.
Yeah, go ahead.
However, Christianity's condemnation of polygyny.
As a matter of fact, go back to the first page and start at the top of the second paragraph. Where you finish that. Yeah.
Monogamy spread in the West had something to do with the influence of Christianity.
With the influence of what?
Christianity.
With the influence of what?
Christianity.
So monogamy is Christianity.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you think a man should have one woman, you're thinking like your European oppressor who created Christianity.
Right.
Who created that white Jesus that you worship and pray to with the blonde hair and the blue eyes,
Right.
who was really a Caesar Borgia, who was a rapist, murderous, homosexual.
Right.
If y'all didn't know, he slept with his sister, I believe, didn't he?
Right.
Disgusting. Good night. Go keep going.
But not as much as you might expect.
Uh-huh.
Mainstream Christianity has always endorsed and enforced monogamy.
Whoa. Go back to that word. As always, what?
Endorsed.
And?
Enforced.
In what?
Enforced.
Enforced. How did Christianity get spread? Somebody raise your hand, let me know. Other than you. Go ahead, young man. I really want the sisters that, to try. That sister been answering questions all night. Go ahead, young man. I mean the truth. You wanna? Yeah, go ahead. He passed it to you. Go ahead.
War.
Through war.
Right.
They spread it with the sword.
Right.
They was killing people and spreading Christianity.
Right.
If you didn't like Jesus, they was cutting your head off.
Right.
Go ahead.
It's called the Crusades.
It was called, damn right, give him a hand. It was called the Crusades. It's a damn shame. We know these things. We know how Christianity got spread to the Native Americans. We know how Christianity got spread to the Africans. We know how it got spread to the Asians. We know everything. And it happens right before our eyes. And we still act like everything's cool. Jesus saved. Go ahead.
It's like it doesn't. That's why we have the Bible Belt.
That's why we have the Bible Belt. Exactly. Go ahead.
We had a sister on here thought about. She said Salakia through slavery. She asked him through slavery.
What is she referring to?
To the question that you had asked.
Oh,
How Christianity was spread.
It definitely was spread through slavery. It definitely was spread through slavery, but it was spread with that. Even in slavery, they was doing what? What was they doing to the slaves? They weren't Christians.
Beating and abusing and mutilating.
Yeah,
Right.
Be a little bit more violent than that. Go ahead.
They were murdering us, sir.
And doing what else?
Beating us to the alligator.
They was definitely doing that. Gator bait is what they called us. Go ahead.
They castrating us, burning our eyeballs out.
See, I'm looking. That's why. Hey, give somebody else a hand. That's why I love it. I want you to get specific. I want you to get gory. Because it was gory. It wasn't that, they was killing. No.
Yeah.
No. They was plucking eyes out. They was cutting testicles off and putting them in windows.
Right.
And so everybody could see what was going on. So it will be a warning to the other men. If you try to stand up for yours, your testicles gonna be in this window too.
Right.
Nut.
It sounds so horrible, don't it? I tell you, boy, the white man the devil. Go ahead.
Right.
Tying our men down and raping them in front of their families.
Raping them in front of. That's what I was looking for. And raping them raping the men in front of their families. They don't want you to have multiple women, but they want multiple men. They want you. They want the men. And they're gonna do it in front of everybody. And then tell you can't have more than one wife. But they raping you. They molesting your children in their Christian church. Did y'all not know that? Look, we always talk about the Catholic Church. We can talk about the Black Christian Church. How many of y'all know somebody who got molested by somebody who was in their Christian church? All the sisters, if y'all didn't know, the sisters are shaking their head. Yes. We all know. I know. Like, come on. Go ahead, officer.
You got Officer Abraham of 5,000. He said the Iraq War, the Vietnam War,
Right.
the Gulf War,
Right.
protecting American interests is spreading Christianity.
Exactly.
Right.
Give him a hand.
Damn right.
And that's why we think that multiple wives is a sin and it's a wrong thing. Why? Go ahead and keep reading the article.
Salaki.
If that's why I said if y'all don't get by now, like everything that we we saying, y'all want to realize that the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Yeah.
Right.
It's literally the reason we're in the state we're in.
Yeah.
Why our men think the way they think, why they're weak, why our leaders are weak. They're why our women think the way they think, why we can't get our stuff together. All of that is because of them. We're not killing each other because we want to kill each other. We're not. Black people are the most loving, compassionate people on the earth. How do we know that we're like that? Because you're still trying to love your oppressor.
Right.
We know what he did to us, and what are we trying to do? We just want him to say Black Lives Matter.
Right.
Not that Black lives are better or none of that. We just, not even equal. Imagine that. We ain't even saying Black lives are equal. Black lives are equal. We're saying Black lives matter.
Right.
Black lives matter. Black lives matter. So small. You know what I'm saying? Keep going. Go ahead with the article.
Mainstream Christianity has always endorsed and enforced monogamy.
Endorsed and enforced. Keep going.
And as Christianity spread across Europe in the centuries following the fall of Rome, monogamy spread along with it.
So even after one of the biggest Eurocentric or Caucasian empires, the Roman Empire, fell, it was still getting spread. The damage had already been done. Mind you, damage. It was damage. It wasn't okay. It was damage. Keep going.
However, Christianity's condemnation of polygyny has never been as straightforward as anti-polygyny church leaders would have preferred.
Keep going.
But because no biblical passages.
Because what?
No biblical passages.
Because what?
No biblical passages.
Because no biblical passages. We're reading out the Bible, right? This is a Bible class. This is a school. But I'm reading you stuff that's for, multiple wives, and this is saying what?
Because no biblical passages
explicitly
prohibit plural marriage.
And a damn shame. So he's killing you and telling you gotta follow Christianity. You gotta get kissed by the Pope. You gotta kiss the Pope's hand. You gotta kiss his little pinky finger. You gotta get dipped in water. You know what I'm saying? Going in there, you coming up, your clothes all wet, and he trying to rub on your shoulders, talking about you've been blessed. He doing all these homosexual acts. He doing all these homosexual acts. And all the meanwhile, he was trying to tell you, no, you can't have multiple women. But I can rub on you. But you can't have multiple women. Go ahead.
Kind of cause so it takes a homosexual to not want multiple wives.
Yeah.
Right.
Damn right. Your man. I know, sisters, I know. But y'all don't know how gay. Y'all don't know how gay it sounds when a man tries to tell us what to do with our, rods. Like, I got two. Let's say I got two wives. If I got two wives, why is another man coming to tell me, you can't have two wives? Whoa. Yeah, it's like I can't say that word. But what? Stay in your house, your bedroom. Stay there. Right. You know what I'm saying? But you got a Christian pastor sitting in the pulpit telling every man in there while everybody else's wives is cooking him food and bringing him plates, and he in the what's it called, the office with the sister taking off her panties, talking about he about to give her some holy panties and all this. So y'all ain't see that video where the pastor he had the sister. This is a black man and a black woman. He had the sister back there. Somebody had put an hidden camera, and I'm gonna give you these holy panties. They're gonna stop you from being a whore. And she in there like, what? But because the Christian church teaches you to hold these men in such regard, she's so scared and thinking that this is a holy man. She starts, taking her panties down a little slowly. You can tell she was scared, and the whole time he rubbing on the knees. Yes. Oh yeah, and put these on. Yes. Go ahead, officer.
And what you're saying is so heavy. To piggyback off what you're saying, not only is that pimp of a pastor trying to seduce your woman, he is having sex with that gay choir director.
Give him a hand. Right. And so is the deacon. It's something else.
Good
boy.
night.
I know I was out around probably laughing right now. But it's all true, and they telling you can't have more than, and not only are they telling you can't have more than one woman, they telling you lies like, oh, y'all not equally yoked. He's not coming to my church, so you need to leave him. But who's sleeping with her when she leaves you? The pastor.
Right.
Go ahead.
Pastor Wilson.
Good night.
So don't make that face. She said, exactly, Pastor Wilson.
Right.
Everybody knows, you know what I'm saying, who and what Pastor Wilson did. Good night. I mean, it went viral. Brother, keep reading the article.
Reading on.
Yeah, keep going. Good night. And it's like if somebody could have seen me one time. Go out there.
Okay, good.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Indeed, leaders of breakaway Christian polygynous sects like 16th century German Anabaptists and 19th century American Mormons have always been eager to point out that several central Old Testament figures.
What?
Central Old Testament
what?
figures. Central Old Testament figures.
Okay, one of the things you learn in the Christian church is that, oh, the Lord don't change, right? Y'all heard that before, right? Y'all heard that before? The Lord don't change.
Really?
This is in the Old Testament. There's several. The Edomites are telling you, there's several scriptures that says we can have more than one woman. So, keep going.
Are polygynous.
Right. And it's gonna name some examples. and I'm gonna name one that you know that we also need to always take into consideration. Slide, you go ahead, officer.
We got Officer Abraham in the chat. He said, Christianity breeds sexual deviance. But
right.
Sexual morality is a man being able to have more than one woman.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, right. Give him a hand. Y'all want an example of how the Christian church breeds sexual deviancy? Y'all want an example, sisters? Y'all want an example?
Gone. Papa shot.
Okay. Let's say there's a pastor of a small little Baptist church. I'm not saying this happened. I'm not saying I know it happened. All I'm saying is, let's just say there's a pastor of a small Baptist church.
Hypothetical.
And hypothetical. And let's say that he hires a what do they call him? A minister of music. He's a wonderful organist. He plays that piano, them keys.
Right.
You know, he does all that stuff. And he also likes to seduce women. Not women, young women. Teenage girls. About 12, 13, 14 years old. While he has a 12-year-old daughter himself. Again, I'm not saying I know the story. I'm just saying stuff like this happens.
Right.
So he's going around from church to church. He's so good. Like, he's an amazing pianist. Going through classes and all that stuff. He can play the organ like nobody else. And he can halfway sing. So what he does and what he's known for doing is when he gets hired at a church, they pay him about, let's say $400-500 a Sunday to play songs, to direct the choir. All the while, he's giving all the lead parts to 12, 13-year-old girls, and he's practicing with them after practice is over. He's coming to their house. The girls are making him food, and they bringing it out to his car, and they doing all kinds of other stuff in the car, while the mother is inside, and the father is not in the house because she kicked him out because he had another woman. Y'all see how that all ties hand in hand? Now, if that daddy was there, you think that Negro would be out there in the parking lot with that 12-year-old?
Nah.
Okay. So y'all see where you know, Most High Christ. Y'all see where I'm going with this. So you got a sexual deviant. Now he's molesting her. She starts to get older. Her mother is letting this happen. And it's okay. Because the mother is letting it happen. So the daughter thinks it's okay. Because the mother is letting it happen. And there's no man there to stop this from happening. And then she gets older. And she has a daughter. And then when she has a daughter, she lets it happen to her daughter. Because it's the Christian church. And it's the minister of music. And it starts a cycle. Y'all see how that starts a sexual deviancy?
Gone.
Yeah, that's just one story. It's disgusting. Keep going with the article.
Abraham, for instance, had 2 wives.
Who?
Abraham.
The father of many nations, huh?
Okay.
Keep going.
For instance, had 2 wives simultaneously.
You damn right. He had 2 wives simultaneously. Go ahead.
And Solomon had 700.
Had how many?
Good night.
700.
Whoa. Look, Eric, y'all should have seen the faces in this classroom, boy. Yeah. Hey, Solomon had it like that.
That ain't it.
Solomon had it like that. Keep going.
Plus 300 concubines.
Plus 300 concubines.
It's 1,000.
He was, if y'all don't know King Saul, that's King David's son. He was the king of Israel. He had all that power, all that, you know what I'm saying? And the scriptures say he was a good looking man. Somebody give me Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. Go ahead, Shabbat.
Salakia, Officer Abraham, he said even easier. He said Luther Vandross, Jamal Bryant, Eddie Long,
Ooh,
all
night.
products of the Christian church, all homosexual sexual deviants.
Good night. Give him a hand. And look, I'm gonna take it to the step further. Who's a famous sexual deviant? He's black.
Tyler Perry.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. Tyler Perry. Give a hand. Give a hand, Tyler Perry, yes. But who's a famous sexual deviancy that everybody just loves? They don't give a damn how many little girls he messed with. Go ahead. I know you know it. You better say it.
Oh, no.
Oh,
You said
damn.
a little girl.
Michael Jackson.
Oh, well, yeah, Mike, but he's still
R.
alive.
Kelly.
Thank you. Give him a hand. R. Kelly. R. Kelly. Why am I bringing up R. Kelly? Why am I bringing up R. Kelly when we talking about the Christian church?
Because he got his start singing in the Christian church.
Because he got his start singing in the Christian church, and what else did R. Kelly say happened?
He also he got molested as a
He got
child.
molested by his aunts who were in the Christian church that he was singing in, and he said that singing is what relieved him from being molested. Y'all see how the ball rolls down here.
Right.
Go ahead.
Thurbaugh said Bill Cosby.
Oh, good night. Oh, Bill Cosby, boy, he was on some old other stuff, boy. He drugging women and good night, doing good. Look, moving on. Where am I at? Where was I at? I asked somebody to read
Song of Solomon.
Go ahead, Song of Solomon. This is why Solomon had so many wives. Go ahead.
Song of Solomon is after the book of Ecclesiastes.
Go ahead.
Okay, this is the book of the Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
I am black.
What?
I am black.
So not only is he telling you he black, and this ain't no metaphor. I'm gonna let him read a little bit further. He's telling you I'm black because he's black. He dark. He dark as hell. Keep going.
But comely.
But what?
But comely.
Who knows what comely means? Women. Anybody? Just take a wild guess. Somebody look up the word comely for me. Go ahead, officer. Was you about to?
Yeah, I'll let them go.
Oh no, yeah. Somebody look, just look it up on Google. Use your what they say. Use your Google machines. Look at the word comely and read that definition for me when you got it. You don't even got to read the whole definition. Just tell me what.
We got some on
what it's
mine.
basically. Go ahead.
Sakura Anaya said handsome.
Sister, where you at? Give her a hand, because that's what it means. Sister, where you at?
Right behind the Thurbaugh said good looking.
Good looking, handsome. He looked good. He telling you, yo, I'm black, but I'm common. And he was a king. So he had 700 wives. I don't know how he took care of, that's not for me. I couldn't do it. He was a stronger man than me.
Shout out to him.
Good night. Yeah, and 300 concubines. Good night. So, moving on. Go. You got the 2 Samuel?
Come. Yeah, come.
Yeah, 2 Samuel chapter 12, verse 7. And I'm bringing this out for a reason. This is the Most High. Like, this needs to be said. Mm-hmm.
This is the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 12, verse 7. And Nathan said to David,
Right.
Thou art the man.
Thou art the who?
Thou art the man.
Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Most High Power.
Just to give y'all a little backdrop, the prophet Nathan is getting on David because he had a man killed because he slept with his wife and he wanted his wife. He did something very, that's one of the most unbrotherly things. You had to, not only did you sleep with his wife while he was out at war fighting for you, the king, but then you had him put on the front line and had him killed so you could have his wife because you got her pregnant. Keep going.
Thus saith the Most High Power of Yasharallah.
Right.
I anointed thee king over Yasharallah.
I anointed you king over Israel. Keep going.
And I delivered thee out of the hand of Saul.
I delivered you out of the hand of Saul. If y'all don't know, again, a little backdrop. King Saul wanted David dead. He wanted him dead. Why? Anybody know why? I'm gonna come to you in just a second. Anybody know why? Why did King Saul want David dead? Go ahead.
Because he was jealous.
He was jealous.
Right.
Give him a hand. He was
Damn
jealous.
Damn right.
He was jealous. Go. Does anybody know the song that they were singing? Man, Trooper's on it, man. Come on, man. Give Trooper Eyes a hand.
Damn right.
Trooper is on it. Anybody else? Brothers, y'all not going. Y'all just gonna let him answer. Hey, no sweat. Go ahead. No sweat. Go ahead.
Saul has killed his thousands.
Right. Saul has killed his 1,000. Go ahead.
But David has killed his 10,000.
His 10,000. And King Saul didn't like that. Boy, he did not like that. What you mean I killed my 1,000 but he killed his 10,000? What that's supposed to mean? I'm the king.
Right.
Yeah, no, he just didn't know David's the next king.
Right.
Don't sleep on him. Go ahead.
He was that nigga on belly eating that banana.
Exactly. He said, I don't like that.
I don't like that.
I don't like that. I don't like that. Keep going.
Verse 8. And I gave thee thy master's house.
So he gave him King Saul's house. Because, David's the king now. Saul ain't the king no more. Saul got killed. And Israel and the prophet said, hey, David's supposed to be the next king. So David's the king now. Go ahead.
And thy master's wives.
Whoa. His what?
Thy master's wives.
Is that with an S or is that just an E on the end?
Comma with the S.
Just spell it.
W-I-V-E-S.
W-I-V-E-S. So I gave you, this is the Most High speaking through a prophet, and he's saying, I gave you your master's house, and I gave you your master's wives. So the Most High is okay with multiple wives.
That's right.
He gave him King David.
That's right.
Y'all see the pattern here? Like, it's okay to have multiple wives.
That's right.
We live in America and we've been brainwashed. Even in Africa, in the Middle Eastern countries, as long as you're not a nigga or a spick, you can have multiple wives.
Right.
You think them rich white men don't got a bunch of women? How many of y'all don't know that rich white men have multiple women all across America? Right. Everybody knows that. You hear about it, you see it in the movies, you see it in politicians. They all have multiple women, but who can't have them? Go ahead.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians.
Damn right, niggas and Hispanics. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. You can't have them. Nope, you're a slave. Go ahead, officer.
We got Sis Sakurai Anaya. She said, I'm on the way.
Hey, give her a hand. Give her a hand.
Secondly, she said, Salakia, sir, can you break down the definition of jealous?
Yeah, absolutely. Somebody, it's very simple. Look up the definition. If somebody one of the brothers get the definition of jealousy. And y'all gonna see, like, it's, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing special. We all know what jealousy is, but we're gonna read it. Take your time. What's up? Yeah, good. Yeah. You got it?
It's kind of
Go ahead, young man. I ain't heard from you all night.
This is the definition of jealous.
Read loud.
Feeling or showing envy.
Feeling and doing what?
Showing envy.
So not just feeling envy, but you're showing envy. Go ahead.
Of someone or their achievement.
Of someone or their achievements. Just like it. Stop right there. What was the song again, True Eyes?
Saul has killed his 1,000. And David his 10,000.
And so he got jealous. And he showed it. He showed it so much to the point where he had his soldiers going after his most decorated officer to kill him. He had his people going after his best soldier. Hey, go kill David. I don't care who nobody. Go kill him. All because people were singing about how great he is compared to you. Instead of lifting that brother up and saying, yeah, he is great. He did kill Goliath. He did do this. He did do that. You're gonna have jealousy in your heart and say, oh no, he gotta die.
Right.
Because I'm the king. He can't be killing more people than me. Well, guess what? He was. And he sung about it. And you got jealous. Read the definition again. I got you all.
Mm-hmm.
This is the definition of jealous. Feeling or showing envy of someone or their achievements and advantages.
And advantages. They was probably athletic as hell. Go ahead, True Wise. Slacky. Officer Shabayala. You had
I got a precept.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26, verse 6. But a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman.
That is what?
That is jealous
over
jealous.
That is jealous over what?
Over another woman.
Over another woman. I got a precept for that. Give me. Is that Ecclesiastes or Ecclesiasticus?
Ecclesiasticus.
If you can, give me Ecclesiasticus 9:1.
I swear.
We're gonna stay on this little topic right here, just real quick.
That was Ecclesiasticus what? 6 and what?
26 and 6.
26 and 6. Yeah, give me 9:1. Because we're gonna talk about, since we're talking about multiple wives, why not talk about what type of wife we get? So y'all understand, we're not talking about we just out here getting, hoes at the club. There's a certain type of woman that UPK brothers are looking for.
Right.
Yeah,
We don't want just any and everybody.
Right.
We looking for something. We looking for somebody to build with, somebody who can show us the love and the care and everything else that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what we looking for as men.
Yeah,
I can't deal with no hoe. I'm gonna deal with a hoe. She's sleeping with the nigga next door. I don't deal with her. She might be giving him more attention she giving me. Yeah, go ahead.
So like it, sir, somebody who's worth me willing to give my life for.
Exactly.
Damn right.
We dying for these sisters. We willing to die for them. But you sleeping with the other dude too? It's like it's not gonna work. You got that verse for me? Ecclesiastes 9. You got it?
Come
Go
on.
ahead. Ecclesiastes 9:1.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 9, verse 1.
And this is just going into jealousy. Go ahead.
Be not jealous over the wife of thy bosom.
Be not jealous over the wife of thy bosom. Keep going.
And teach her not an evil lesson against thyself.
Teach her not an evil lesson against who?
Thyself.
Against who?
Thyself.
How do you teach an evil lesson against thyself? Hold on, Slacky, go ahead.
Officer Abraham. Officer Abraham 5000 said, we don't want Megan Thee Stallion or Cardi B
Damn right.
and they wear ass pussy.
Hey, give him a hand. Give him a hand. We say box. We don't say the P word. Because then Facebook gonna cut the video off. You know what I'm saying? We say box. But that's not what we looking for.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? That's that. I mean, you can find it anywhere. Where can't you find that? Come on. It's sisters look good, okay? Israelite sisters look good.
Damn right.
But can you find a sister who can help you? Who can help build you?
Right.
If I need this over here and I need this over here, and all I need for you to do, honestly, just make sure I'm fed. So when I go out in these streets, when we doing food drives, when we doing when we going to these events and we doing debates and stuff, all I need is for the sister to make sure I'm fed.
Right.
Make sure we got some water.
Right.
Is that hard? Raise your hand if you think that's hard. Do y'all think that's demeaning? You know how important it is for us to get fed? We gotta eat.
Yeah, right.
We gotta have substance. I don't understand why sisters look down on that. And then back in the day, sisters used to take pride.
Right.
They still do in the UPK, but sisters used to take pride on being able to cook.
Mm-hmm.
They used to brag about their macaroni and cheese.
Right.
Or about They used to brag about. They used to brag about their fried chicken. They used to brag about, you know what I'm saying, the turkey that's in the greens. They used to brag, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
They used to brag about the way they cook, about the cakes they make,
Right.
about the muffins, about the cornbread.
Right.
They used to brag about it, and brothers used to do what? Oh yeah, no, she got it.
Right.
That's a wife right there.
Right.
And now it's like, damn, she can't do nothing. She can't do. Go ahead.
Slocky. You know, this one West. I want a woman that can bake biscuits from scratch.
Man,
Right.
Okay. How many sisters can make biscuits from scratch?
I tried.
You know what you say?
I said I tried.
Oh, you tried? Wait, hey, keep trying.
Yeah.
Keep trying. She said she tried. Anybody else tried? Y'all tried? You don't.
I can't make no business.
Hey. You know what I'm saying? You can learn it.
Not from
You can learn it.
scratch. Not from scratch. We can cook.
Yeah, I understand. I know y'all can cook.
I can't do that scratch though. I'm just
Hey,
being real.
It's
I can't do
a
that.
skill, and I guarantee you, all three of y'all can learn it. Go ahead.
Slocky. Police officer 5,000, Abraham, he said, and learn not to talk so damn much. Close your mouth.
Hey, give him a hand.
Hell yeah. Shut the hell up.
Okay. So when we come up, okay, let's put it like this. I know a lot of sisters don't like stuff like this. You get told to be quiet. Shut up. We get told to shut up all the time. Wait, if you watch a UPK class, you hear about brothers getting checked. You hear about this and about that. You know what I'm saying? The young men and troopers. Y'all get checked, right?
Come on, come.
I mean, shit. You're under me in Shabayala.
Come on,
You
come.
get told you especially Shabayala.
Come on, come.
Lord bless him, because that brother is going to make sure you on West Side Way.
Come on,
You
come.
get checked. You get told, we got to do this, we got to do that, and you're fine with it, right? Sisters, if we ask you to do something and we say, hey, don't do it that way, do it this way, why do you get mad? Go ahead.
I think it's like the tone, the way you say stuff.
Is it the tone?
I think it is.
Is it really the tone?
For me,
sis?
I don't even care about what you say. It's how you say it.
Is that
For me, it is.
Okay.
I just want
You
to
want me to tell you what it really is?
Tell me what it really is.
What it really is that all women have been conditioned to be treated a certain way by our oppressor, and now if a black man tells you to do something, you don't want to hear it.
Right.
That's what it is.
Right.
We get told by black men to get told stuff all the time. If I say, hey, truth, hey, stop that, what they gonna do? But if I tell you, hey, sis, stop that, how you gonna take it?
Stop that is okay.
No, if I look at you and I say, hey, sis, stop that, you gonna be like, oh no, his tone.
No. The tone was okay.
Okay.
For me,
We'll see.
I can only speak for me.
We will see. So I don't know what other tone you're talking about.
The
So
tone
we're going to see, because if a brother talks to another brother like that, and that brother knows that brother means well for him, he's just gonna accept it. If you talk to a sister like that, but when a cop talks to you like that,
Right.
when your boss at work talks to you like that, oh yes sir. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we can shake our head. Go ahead.
Officer Abraham gave us a scripture to look up.
Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus 26 and 14, Baba Shah.
Hey, somebody look it up real quick. 26 and 14.
Con.
You got it?
Con.
Oh, good night. Go ahead.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 26, verse 14. A silent and loving woman.
What?
A silent and loving woman.
You sure that's what they say?
Good.
Con.
Go ahead, say it again.
A silent and loving woman
Okay.
is a gift of the Most High.
Is a what?
Is a gift.
Is a what?
Is a gift
Okay, go ahead.
of the Most High.
Brother, this is the scriptures.
Con.
A silent and loving woman is a what?
Is a gift of the Most High.
Okay, we're gonna take it even further. Go to give me good night. Wait, 2 Timothy. Is that what I want? Shabayala, you know what I want. Is it 1 Timothy 2 and 15? 2 and 14. 1 Timothy 2 and 14.
2, 11 and 12.
We might have to start at 11 and 12. But right now, just give me 1 Timothy 2. Start at verse 14. You got it?
Come on.
2, 11, 12.
Okay, we'll start at 11. Start at 11.
Come on. This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2, verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
Let the woman learn in silence. Let the woman learn in silence.
Why is it so important to learn in silence? Keep going.
Come. With all subjection.
With what?
With all subjection.
Why are you supposed to learn in all subjection? Does anybody know where that comes from? Where did it start for a woman to be under a man? In scripture-wise. Go ahead, young man.
Come in the creation circle.
But where, though? I want a specific chapter and verse. Go ahead.
Genesis 3 and 16.
Pull that for me. Three and 16.
Come.
Genesis 3 and 16. Because, I mean, you right on it. You going with, you got it?
Come, sir. Oh, Akim and Aqua got it?
Come.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 16. Unto the woman, he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow.
Why is he greatly multiplying the sorrow of the woman? Why is he doing that? Anybody? I was hoping one of the sisters would, but go ahead. Yeah, man. The sisters want to be quiet now. Go ahead.
Come because of the curse.
Because of what?
The curse.
Okay, so what did the sisters do? Sisters, what did the sister do? Like, there was something that happened. I know you know. I know you know. You do know. Everybody knows the story.
She ate the apple, is it?
Oh, good night. She's an apple.
Pomegranate, whatever they say. The fruit.
Okay, wait. I'm not gonna pick on you. Go ahead, officer.
She disobeyed her husband.
She disobeyed her husband. Okay, so you have to think of it like this. The Bible was written by black people. What do black people use a lot? They do it all the time in rap. Well, yeah, they do use a lot of cuss words. Go ahead, officer. Metaphors. They use a lot of metaphors. The Bible has metaphors. What did Christ say about his sayings? Like, a lot of people are not going to be able to interpret what he's saying. What he was saying is parables, is what he called them, parables. It's the same thing in Genesis. It was parable. What's a tree of knowledge of good and evil? How do you eat that? Do you eat that? No. So what was it? That means that it wasn't a tree that had some fruit hanging off of it, right? Exactly. So that's what it was. Yeah, it makes sense, right?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. Once you think of it like a nigga, you're like, man, yeah, it makes sense. You know, this is a black book. Black people wrote it. You know what I'm saying? That's all of what. Go ahead, officer.
We got 2 heavy comments from sisters.
Go ahead.
Sister Starbow said, Salakia,
She on it.
you can't learn if you talking.
Ooh.
And we got another one. Dabara said, tell me to shut the fuck up. That's pillow talk to me.
Hold on. Again. I'm not trying to get Facebook cut off.
Oh
Okay?
my gosh.
I'm not. Good night. But you have to, your comments were spot on, but you have to think of it as metaphors because that's what a lot of it is.
Right.
The Christian church, you know where, who can tell me where it came from that they thought Adam and Eve ate an apple or whatever fruit off a tree? Go ahead.
Christianity?
Yeah, Christianity, but what is it specifically? Like, there was one specific thing that it came from. Go ahead, Shabbat.
Roman Catholicism?
Roman Catholicism, but there was something that was done during the time that we were getting pushed out of being kings and queens and all the other stuff in Europe. What was it?
Oh, Salakia.
Go ahead.
Whitewashing.
Whitewashing is part of it because they did whitewash, but what did they whitewash? What were they whitewashing?
The Renaissance, our paintings.
The paintings. Give them a hand.
Yeah, right.
It was a painting. painting in the 1600s that Europeans painted that showed a naked white man and a naked white woman eating an apple with a python wrapped around a branch, looking at them. And that was supposed to be, you know, Satan in the Garden of Eden and Adam and Eve and everything like that. That's where they were walking naked in the garden and all the stuff coming. That's where that comes from. It doesn't come from what the Bible actually says. The Bible don't say that. You know, it tells you what all that stuff meant in Ezekiel, I believe, chapter 23. So it tells you all that what it means, but you got a painting from people who didn't write the scripture telling you. It's like movies. How many of y'all love watching movies? Now, when you watch these movies, sometimes the movie is believable. And it'll tell you it's a story based on a true story.
Right.
But you watch that movie, you be like, dang, this is the story. This is what happened. But it's so far off, it's ridiculous. All they did was use the same names and a couple of the same events. But it got you thinking like, this is like Scarface. How many of y'all know Scarface was based off of a true story? But the stuff in Scarface was so exaggerated. Right. So exaggerated. That man's still alive. That Scarface was based. He was on the Tiger King. Y'all, how many of y'all watched the Tiger King documentary? No? Dang. That's rare. Right. That's rare. Okay, so the guy who, because you know Scarface had the tiger pets. Yeah, the guy who was the kingpin in Miami, and he was on the documentary. He's still alive. He's fine. He has a bunch of big cats and all that. He's still alive. He's fine. All the other stuff was just for the movie. Go ahead, Shabayal.
It's almost like the book of Enoch. It's a
Damn
book
right.
of a book.
It's a book of the book of Enoch.
Right.
It's not the book of Enoch. It's somebody said, oh, the scriptures say that there's a book of Enoch, so I'm going to write about Enoch.
Right.
And they just made up a whole bunch of stuff. And it's ridiculous how many people fall into that. But anyway, go ahead and give me that scripture that Officer Abraham brought up. Somebody had it, right? Ecclesiastes
26:14.
26:14. Somebody. Anybody. Quick. Somebody give me a time check. 42? 42. Okay. The what? 26:14.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 26, verse 14.
Go ahead.
A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Most High.
Keep going.
And there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed.
As a mind well instructed. Like, we're not trying to lead y'all down the wrong path. We just letting you know what the truth is. And the truth is, even according to the white man's article that we're reading, is that there's nothing wrong with multiple wives. That's what we're trying to teach our people. So you won't go and run over your husband with a car, and then when your bumper falls off, she ran. Y'all saw the video, right? That I'm talking about, where she ran over her husband. Okay, so this sister ran over her husband with a car, killed him. The bumper falls off the car when she ran over. You know, hitting somebody. A person is a solid, you know, a piece of matter. She ran over the brother. The bumper fell off the car. This sister is such a monster. She grabs the bumper that fell off the car, slams it on the dead body of her husband of 18 years because he had another woman. If you that man, sis, just leave the brother. Just leave him. It ain't worth it. And now she got arrested. Damn right she got arrested. All of us on video. Go ahead, officer, and I'm going to get you treated.
I'm still holding 1 Timothy.
That's what I wanted. Go ahead.
All right. This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2, verse 11. All Akim, I got it?
Come.
Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection.
Right.
Verse 12. But I suffer not a woman to teach.
I do what?
But I suffer not a woman to teach.
Well, who knows what suffer means? We all know what suffering means, right? Y'all think it's I mean, of course it's a glorious thing, you know what I'm saying, to be able to teach. But how many of y'all actually know what teaching scriptures is? I'll be surprised if any of y'all get this answer correct. I definitely gotta buy you a drink tonight if you get this one correct. Come on, young men and troopers, I'm looking at you. What does it mean to teach? What are you doing? You want me to give you a hint? I feel like if I give you this hint, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you go to camp, what are you doing? Go ahead, Troop.
Prophesy.
That's not what I'm looking for. Go ahead, Troop.
Warren.
Give him a hand. God damn it, he got it. He got it. It's war. What did we talk about with Martin Luther King? Martin Luther King was doing what with our sisters? What was he doing with our sisters? What's Black Lives Matter, whatever, doing? Go ahead.
Put them on the front line.
He put them on the front lines of war.
Right.
The sisters are supposed to support the men while they war. Teaching scriptures is spiritual warfare.
Damn right.
It's spiritual warfare. We're supposed to fight that battle, back us up while we fight that battle, but we're not going to put y'all in a position where y'all are fighting that battle.
Right.
Where y'all got to fight systematic oppression, where y'all got to fight German shepherds and water hoses.
Right.
That's not y'all's position to do that.
Right.
Why would we put our sisters, physically weaker vessels, out there to get their skin blown off by water hoses because of
right.
So right. What kind of a man is that? Go ahead.
And to piggyback, that's heavy what you're saying. To further piggyback on what you're saying, we out there fighting for y'all to protect y'all. We don't need to come back home and war with your stupid mouth.
Exactly.
Shut up.
If we fighting our oppressor, why would we have to fight? Like y'all know what we going through as black men in America. Come on. And you want to argue about us taking care of another woman? Come on. Keep reading. Oh, you got that right.
Verse 12.
Go ahead.
But I suffer not a woman to teach.
But I suffer not a woman to teach. Keep going.
Nor usurp authority over the man.
Nor usurp authority over a man. Now again, we went to Genesis. Is there a place in Genesis that says anything about a man having authority? You got that for me, Trump?
Okay.
Go ahead. Whenever you're ready.
Thy desire shall be to thine husband.
Your desire should be towards who?
Thy husband.
Okay, keep going.
And he shall rule over
He
thee.
shall do what?
Rule over thee.
Do what?
Rule over thee.
Why is it such a problem? Again, and I promise you it goes hand in hand with the topic of multiple wives. Why does our women, because yeah, they got the feminist movement, but who do white women use to push the feminist movement? I want the sisters to answer. Who do white women use to push the feminist movement?
Us.
Damn right, give her a hand. We use all women to push the feminist movement. That's what they use. They not out there. So when something happens, when they have to go to war, when something comes up, if y'all don't notice, white women or white feminists get real silent. And what do they let their men do? Go ahead.
Speak.
They let their men speak. They let their men lead. They let you know the Trumps and the Joe Bidens and how many women did Trump get accused of molesting?
Good night.
And they still and one of the biggest votes that he had was white women.
Right.
Right.
Like almost 50% of his vote was white women. Go ahead.
54%.
54% of his vote was white women. Do y'all not see the disconnect between the people who's on the bottom and how the people who's on top of us operate? Go ahead.
Salaki, that's funny because my GM, who's a brother, we was just talking about that this morning at my slavery.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he thinking about checking out the classes.
I mean, if he does, most high Christ.
Yeah, right.
That's a brother, right?
Come.
Okay. Yeah, most high Christ. Come on, say he the one. I don't give a damn. Go ahead.
This is how you know it's targeted to black and Hispanic women.
Right.
You got the male lion. The female lion need the male lion. You got a white woman need the male white male.
Right.
You got the Chinese female need the Chinese male.
Right.
You got the woman roach need the male roach.
Right.
But the black woman is the only species on the damn planet feel like she don't need a goddamn black man.
Right.
She said she independent.
Yeah.
Who taught her to say she's independent?
The white man.
the white man and the white woman who's never going to say she's independent from the white man.
Right.
Ever. She's never going to say that. She's only saying that in America to feel like she has a little power.
Damn right.
And what do white men do? Let her feel good.
Damn right.
Let her feel good. Let her dance around there with the slaves. And let her feel good. But because they know as soon as election season starts, what they gonna do? Y'all hear anything about feminist movement from white women this year? Anybody?
Nah.
Since COVID started? Ain't that crazy? You see how the women say that? Ain't that crazy? You ain't heard nothing about no white feminist movement since this year started? Ain't that crazy? Go ahead.
We got a comment on Facebook by Tharbuff Yahawada. She said, Salakia, let that man be the man. Let him be the head he's intended to be.
Damn right. Let him rule. I mean, we ain't trying to hurt you. We trying to guide you. That's all we trying to do. Go ahead.
Just to piggyback off of that, the two places where black men have checked out and our women have not followed us is in the Christian church and voting.
Right.
Right.
Give him a hand.
Damn right.
That's why the Christian church is so evil. Y'all heard of Margaret Sanger, right? Y'all know Margaret Sanger is sisters? Y'all know Margaret, y'all heard of Planned Parenthood, right? You've heard of Planned Parenthood. Everybody's heard of abortion. Everybody knows who gets the most abortions a year. It's not white women. It's our women. It's black women. And why are black women getting the most abortions a year? Close to 400,000 a year. That's 400,000 babies, black babies that are getting aborted every single year because a white woman named Margaret Sanger created Planned Parenthood, and she said, and I quote, "We have to get the black leaders, which are the Christian pastors,
right,
to push this so they can start killing themselves." And that's exactly what our women fell into, and they don't even realize it. And she said it. It's on, like, you can Google it, and black women will still be like, "Well, he ain't around." Oh, why is he not around? He ain't here. Why is he not here? I guarantee you he'd be there if you let him. Sometimes all you gotta do is just let him be there. Let him be there. Go ahead.
Sometimes all they gotta do is just shut the hell up.
Yeah, stop fighting. Stop fighting that brother.
Shut up.
Stop fighting. That's all we saying. Stop fighting. Go ahead.
Since Roe v. Wade, 60 million blacks have been aborted. And our population is 40 million.
Y'all understand that number? 60 million?
Genocide.
And what's the number one thing that they bring up against abortion? Does anybody know? Sisters, y'all know? What's the number one argument people say abortion is okay because of? Go ahead, brother. I know, officer.
Go ahead.
Whoa.
Go ahead, sis.
Because they got raped.
Because they got raped. Does anybody know the percentage of sisters who actually abort their baby because they say they got raped?
1%.
It's actually
less than 1%.
It's less than 1%. So that's not an argument.
That's not an argument.
It's not an argument at all. Stop killing our babies. Stop. Go ahead.
And our population in America is 40 million.
40 million.
But
And
60
we had
million.
60 million dead.
But not to mention the children that they would have had.
Exactly.
That's genocide.
And that's since what, the 80s?
Since the 70s.
The
Roe v.
70s.
Roe v. Wade.
The 70s. Since the 70s, 60 million. Those are black babies. Black and Hispanic babies. Good night. Christianity is a hell of a weapon, and the white man's goddamn devil at the bottom.
That's right.
He taught our women how to be okay with that. He taught our women to be okay with that. No, you got a career. You got a career. You know, F them kids. You got a career. Don't have no kids. Kill them. What is it in New York? You can have a baby in the third. You can abort a baby in the third trimester.
Right.
That is a grown ass baby in you.
Right.
You can get his brains sucked out. Y'all see how evil that is. Go ahead.
And most blacks and Hispanics, when they was talking about the first stimulus check, was pretty much waiting on them to get the okay to fund abortion clinics
Exactly.
for $1,200.
Right, because that was part of the stimulus package. we was gonna get $1,200, but also the abortion clinics was gonna be able to stay open during this pandemic.
Hey.
Why are y'all so focused on killing Black and Hispanics? It's not white people getting abortions left and right. It's our women. White people ain't having babies. They not. They trying to. They in the fertility clinics and sperm banks and everything else, trying to figure out why they can't have a baby.
Right.
And we killing ours left and right. Go ahead.
I got a lot to do with our black babies going into adoption too.
Give them a hand. Adoption. They go into adoption and they get what? They get molested.
Right.
They go to these white families. They get, y'all seen them white celebrity women who's turning our black little boys into,
Right.
Turn our black little boys into girls. That's what's happening to our race. While, again, it's all going back to multiple wives.
Right.
While we're breaking up and splitting up families and all this and all that because we're doing something that's been as natural since the beginning of time.
Right.
And it's still natural everywhere else that white people don't rule.
Right.
They all have multiple wives. They're building families. They're building countries. They're building nations. They're building tribes. And we sitting here fussing, breaking up over you kicking your man out the house because he got another woman and some more kids over here. And all he's trying to do is love you and take care of you. You know what I'm saying? But because he loves and take care of somebody else as well, you can't have that. What's up? All right. Come on.
Yeah, time check. 4 minutes.
Okay, you got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and matter of fact, drop that. Get me Matthew 25, verse 1. So we about to go into a parable. This is Christ. We about to go into a parable in the New Testament where Christ used a parable of what? Somebody blow him up. He used a parable of what? Go ahead.
Multiple wives.
Yeah, man. He used a parable. Christ used a parable of multiple wives. Christ. So the letter's going to be in red. He used a parable of multiple wives, and he likened it unto what? Somebody blow them out before you get there. Go ahead, Troop, in the front.
The kingdom of heaven.
The kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven. He likened it unto the kingdom of heaven. There's nothing wrong with it. Y'all got it? 25 and 1.
Come on.
Go ahead.
This is the book
Quickly.
of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins.
Whoa. So we was reading about 2 in the law. We read about 7 in Isaiah. What did Christ say?
Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins.
Unto 10 virgins, keep going.
Which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom.
To meet who?
The bridegroom.
All 10 of them about to come meet their husband at one time. Go ahead, Shabbat.
We got preaching officer 5,000. Abraham Yahweh said, our sisters will come to class. Here they've been lied to all their life and then never come back because we revealed man can have more than one woman.
Damn right, give him a hand. And it's not that we're not trying to learn the sisters away. We're just trying to show you the truth. This is the actual truth. And what they fed us is what they need to feed you so we can stay on the bottom.
That's right.
Who's on the bottom? Black people.
Right.
Hispanic people.
Right.
American people. The Israelites.
Right.
On the bottom. We build their kingdoms and we get nothing. So we're just trying to show y'all how they did it and why they did it. And even Christ is using the parable of multiple wives. Keep going. Start from the top, actually.
Come. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom.
So these virgins is about to go meet the bridegroom. Keep going.
And verse 2, and 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish.
So 5 of them was wise. 5 of them was, Proverbs 30 and 10. 5 of them was, what was we reading? 1 Timothy 2 and 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We didn't get to them verses. You know what I'm saying? 5 of them was everything that you wanted your wife to be. And 5 of them was what? Did it say what the other 5 was?
Come. And 5 were foolish.
5 was dumb as hell. 5 of them was foolish. You know what I'm saying? Just bringing it into today's time, they wanted to follow, you know, their oppressors' culture, and they just wanted to do their own thing, not paying no attention. Christians, you know the Christian women in the church who be swaying back and forth with the big, 10-gallon hats,
right?
Swaying back and forth. They hate the person they sitting beside. They hate the person sitting on this side. Right. They talking junk about the sister who's ushering, right? Trying to, help everybody in the church. They can't stand her. Go ahead, officer.
Christian, Islam, all those big religions.
Every single one of them. They can't stand each other's guts. Keep going.
Verse 3. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them.
So the ones who were foolish, they didn't prepare themselves. They didn't prepare themselves at all. Keep going.
Verse 4. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps.
So the wise ones, they took some extra oil. They was making sure that they was gonna get to they groom. Mm-hmm. They was like, nah, I'm gonna get to my man. I'm gonna do what I need to do, and I'm gonna get there, and I'm gonna be straight. The other ones, they just like, you know what I'm saying? I get there when I get there, wop. Go ahead.
They wanted to see their husband. They didn't care about the tone of his voice.
Right. They look. It's self-explanatory.
Damn right.
They just wanted to see their husband. They wanted to make sure he was going to be okay. They wanted to be there for their own wedding. Right. They're about to marry him. So he's supposed to be about to have 10. But he said he got 5 foolish ones on the way too. The ones who want to carry about little, what's the word that women use? Petty. Petty. They wanted to carry about the petty things. I don't like the way he said it. I don't like the way, this happened or that happened. You know what I'm saying? That's petty. Petty. Go ahead.
You gonna let this strong man go because he cussed you out because you deserved it. You gonna let him go because he cussed you out and you deserved it. And guess what? He'll be with his next wife the next night.
Look, cussing out. It can be cussing out. Sometimes it can be something. It don't even have to be that. Sometimes it can be as simple as I want to go out with my homeboys. God. How many women who got mad at you for going out with your homeboy? You don't want to raise your hand. But you just want to go out with your homeboys. You know what I'm saying? You're just trying to get a peace of mind from this hell that we live in. Right. And you get attacked for it. Go ahead.
But then they gonna leave you for having another wife or for speaking rough to you or whatever, and then get with another brother who's gonna do what?
We're gonna do the same thing.
Right.
He doesn't have another woman he loves. He has whores that he sleeps with. He goes to the strip club with his homeboys. And he pays the extra money in the back with the stripper.
Right.
But, God knows what. I pray you understand. 600. Good night.
Damn.
He got that. Why is he anyway? Wow. Go ahead.
Pass the time.
Okay. I'm gonna wrap it up right after this. Keep going.
Oh, Salakia.
Yeah.
Verse 5. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept.
So while the bridegroom is waiting, he's waiting. I guess they need to take a nap. It was a long trip. It's a rough road in his life trying to get to a husband. You know what I'm saying? These sisters in America, they got to deal. How much do y'all have to deal with just to find a good man? Y'all got to deal with a lot. We understand. We got to deal with a lot to find a good woman.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? So I know y'all got to deal with a lot to find a good man. You're going to this man, going through that man. Your father ain't helping. If you even know who your father is. How many people in here know who their father is? That is not half the room. It's not even half the room. You understand what I'm saying? And how many did y'all's fathers actually say, I'm going to help you pick your man so you'll pick a good man? And that's nobody. You see what I'm saying? And the scriptures say that's what a father is supposed to do.
Right.
I'm passing my daughter off to you. Y'all seen weddings, right?
Yes.
I swear I'm gonna wrap this up. Y'all seen weddings, and y'all see a man pass the daughter off to the one who's supposed to be married.
Right.
The husband. He's gonna be taking care of her for the rest of their life. Yada yada yada. He's giving him the authority. Hey, I'm giving my daughter to you. You're gonna take care of her. I trust you with my daughter.
Right.
How many fathers actually taught the daughter to, hey, this is the man you're supposed to be looking for, or himself said, I ain't going to let you know if this is a good man or not. Nobody? Is that might be sister. Hey, one of y'all go on and help. The water in a minute. No, use water. Keep reading. Yeah, I need you to read if you have You said what was the chapter? It's Matthew 25 and I got it.
Verse 6. And at midnight there was a cry made.
At midnight there was a cry made. Keep going.
Behold, the bridegroom cometh.
The bridegroom is coming. Christ is coming. Keep going.
Go ye out to meet him.
Go ye out to meet him. Go ahead.
Verse 7. Then all those virgins arose.
Then all those what?
Virgins arose.
So all those women he was supposed to marry arose. Keep going.
And trimmed their lamps.
And they got their lamps ready. They about to move out through the night to go, you know what I'm saying, to go meet their bridegroom. Keep going.
Verse 8. And the foolish said unto the wise,
right,
give us your oil.
Do what?
Give us your oil.
So the foolish women said to the smart women who prepared themselves to get themselves right, they said, hey, give me some of your oil. Because we didn't prepare ourselves to go meet him. You know what I'm saying? It's nighttime, we ain't got no light, no nothing. We need help, give us some of your oil. What'd they say? Keep going.
For our lamps are going out.
For our lamps are going out. We ain't got no light left. Keep going.
Verse 9, but the wise answer saying.
But the wives.
Wise.
The wise.
Wise.
Right, the wise. Keep going.
Answer saying.
Right.
Not so.
Not so. They said, no. you ain't getting my resources. I prepared myself to get a man. Just like you supposed to prepare yourself to get a man. And now you're not going to get them because you didn't prepare yourself. So you're not about to take my resources and I'm going to be out here high and dry, hanging high and dry like you.
Right.
Lest there be not enough for us and you.
Lest there be not enough for what?
Us and you.
Yeah, them wise women was very wise.
Right.
They said they prepared themselves, they ain't got themselves ready for their bridegroom. And them foolish ones, they ain't have nothing to offer. And they trying to get it from the wise ones. Keep going.
But go ye rather to them that sell.
Go ye rather to them that sell. So they said, no, you got to go get prepared yourself. Go buy your own, you know what I'm saying? We've been preparing for this. Us five, we good. We ready to meet this bridegroom. Y'all got to do y'all's own thing. Keep going.
And buy for yourselves.
And buy for yourselves. Keep going.
And verse 10, and while they went to buy, the bridegroom came.
So the bridegroom is here now. This is all about Christ using the parable of multiple wives. I just want y'all to realize that. He's about to marry 5 women. Keep going.
And they that were ready went in with him to marriage.
They did what?
Went in with him to marriage.
They did what?
Went in with him to marriage.
So these 5 wise ones, they went in to go marry. But the 5 foolish ones, they ain't even have enough light left in their lamp. And again, this is Christ using multiple wives as a parable. So if multiple wives ain't supposed to be right, why is it in the New Testament? Christians can't say it's the Old Testament thing.
That's right.
Right.
Christ is using it in the New Testament right here. Is
right.
The words red?
Right. One come.
The words is red. You know what that means. That's Christ. And with that, we're going to end the class. We'll pass the class over to Priest along with Shabbat Yalo.
ISUPK security announcements. We are ISUPK under command of General Yohana. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rules for new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. This is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry.
It's like you, brother.
And if I could, we have this rule so we don't turn our sisters into whores.
Right.
And we don't have our brothers just sleeping with any and everybody. Because we all coming out of the world. You understand what I'm saying? We all coming out of the world. We all trying to kill our own selves. We not trying to just be going around having sex with sisters and throwing them away.
Right.
And then they go into the next man and getting treated the same way.
Right.
That's why we have rules like this. Go ahead, bro.
Right. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew. Ma'ashara. Means 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord give you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests. Not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations.
Up and coming holy convocations is